Yo, what's up, guys? Quick live stream. Figured we could find some bets for the late game. So, unfortunately, Ingram went over. He's at 6 receptions, so this play not dead because we can still get a 2x on PrizePicks if we go 5 for 6, but this play is looking pretty good. This was the last live stream play. We just need Tua to get over 21.5, and they'll probably be throwing the rest of the game because, they're down by 22 points. So anyways, hopefully we can find some good plays. There's a lot of value in the market. So on these live streams, I try to focus on the main books, PrizePicks, Underdog, Fliff, kind of the sports books that are available in the most possible states. So let's get into it. And where do we want to start? Maybe PrizePicks, maybe Underdog. Let's take a look. So Underdog Fantasy, the board's a little dry, so maybe we start on PrizePicks. So we can go over to PrizePicks, and on PrizePicks, the optimal slip type are 5 and 6 pick flex plays, and we can go through the math in a sec, but let's just kind of zone in on some picks first. So you can see the first play that OddsJam, this fantasy optimizer, is recommending is Travis Kelce under 6.5 receptions. So let's pull this up, and obviously Travis Kelce, we can pull up kind of the odds on other books. The first step to making money sports betting is finding value in the market. So if you look at Kelce, PrizePicks has his line at 6.5. Underdog Fantasy, JockMKT, these other fantasy sites, ParlayPlay, have him at 6. Dabble is a new fantasy site. They have him at 6. And then all these other sports books have his line at 5.5 in general. So it seems like PrizePicks has their line a bit too high on Kelce. He's gone under, 5 out of the last 5 games. So that seems like the first play that maybe we can zone in on and go with. And then what we can do is, ideally try to find some other picks. So the second play that OddsJam's recommending is Cameron Dicker under 6.5 kicking points. So we can pull this up as well. So again, the way that PrizePicks works, and we can kind of take a look here. Like a lot of people like to look at these last 5 grabs. Obviously, he had 16 kicking points against Buffalo. But the way that PrizePicks works, right, is they have fixed payouts. So you take an over or an under, we're going to get the same payout regardless. We take Dicker's over, we get a 3x payout. We take his under, we get a 3x payout. It's a fixed payout platform. So what you want to do is compare the lines on PrizePicks to, other sports books, and you'll see all of these books, DraftKings, Pinnacle right here, which is known to be a pretty sharp book. They all have Dicker pretty heavily favored to go under. So on PrizePicks, when you kind of go through the math, to be profitable, all you got to do is be able to win these over-unders above 54.25% of the time, which isn't easy to do. You got to be able to win your picks 55, only losing 45% of your picks. But regardless, there's enough value that we'll be able to form a profitable slip. So anyways, let's go back here. Let's just kind of refresh this fantasy optimizer and see what it's recommending. So on PrizePicks, right, we're just hunting through the board, ideally looking for plays that have some positive correlation, but also just looking for plays, any play winning above 54.25% of the time when you break down the math behind a 5 flex or a 6 flex is going to be profitable. So what we can do is we can actually just filter out Fliff and Better for a sec and try to see what else is on PrizePicks. So we can go back here as well. And you can see the next play that OddsJam's recommending is McCall Walker over 5.5 tackles plus assists. So you can see all these other fantasy sites kind of have the line at 6. Sportsbooks have the over favored. So this seems like a decent play to go with. So we can go to Walker over 5.5. And now we have 3 picks. And then we can see there's CJ Daniels, not as strong of an edge as this play on Kelce. This play only has a 54.31% win rate. But what we can do is we can take a look at Daniels. So this is college football. And what we can do is we can just go to college football receiving yards and take a look at Daniels. And PrizePicks has been super overinflated. You've probably noticed we're on a lot of these unders. Andrew Peasley under, Asante under. A lot of unders in college football. They just kind of have been, they've had a lot of these lines inflated relative to the market. So you look at PrizePicks here, they have CJ Daniels' line at 67.5. We have all these other data points, right? So many people are like, oh, let me create a better model than the sports books. It's like, that's not how you're going to beat books. The easiest way to beat the books is, just find value in the market. So we have CJ Daniels under 67.5, right? We have that right here. So this seems like a good play to go with. All the other books have the line around 60.5. So we're getting, it's kind of like selling a stock at 67.5 when it's trading in the market at 60.5. So we can go with that. And then a lot of times what I like to do is see if I can get a little bit of value on the quarterback also going under. So if we look at like Salter, even though this play's not on the optimizer, what's cool about PrizePicks is, again, this is they add payout shifts for these 5-pick entries, but not if you create a 6-pick entry. But on PrizePicks, like if we take Salter's over versus his under, we get the same payout. But obviously, like, if CJ Daniels goes under, that's Salter's main target. So they are positively correlated to both go under together. If CJ Daniels goes under, there's a much higher chance that Caden Salter went under as well. And there actually is a little bit of value. I think most books had Salter around like 190.5. So we are getting a little bit of value on this under. So if we just go here and we go to college football passing yards and we take a look at Salter's line, once it goes ahead and loads, we can see kind of PrizePicks again just has this line a bit overinflated. And I'm not sure why. They're just overinflated on a lot of these college props. All these books have the line at 190.5. PrizePicks is chilling at 196.5. So a little bit of value on this under as well. And it pairs really well. As long as we don't have this payout shift, they add the payout shift for 5-pick flex plays. So what we can do is be like, okay, let's, kind of skip over that for a sec. And ideally try to find one final pick we can go with. So Patrick Kane under 3 shots on goal. That seems like a decent play to go with as well for our 6-pick. So we can just go here and kind of lock it in, try to move quickly. We have Patrick Kane under 3 shots on goal. So now we got a NFL, college football, NHL parlay, 6-pick flex play, which is, one of the optimal slip types on PrizePicks. And then, you can bet it for as much as you want. But unfortunately, PrizePicks has me limited to $25 bet sizes, which sucks because earlier in the year I could get, $500. But unfortunately, those days are long over. So hopefully Tua goes over. That would be great if we could get a 25x if you were on the last live stream with Pickens going over. But regardless, here we go. We have 2 really positively correlated plays. And then we have, some other picks with really strong value. And obviously I follow a very data-driven approach, just kind of, relying on the data. You can see there's a couple other NHL plays you could swap in as well. Sidney Crosby under 3.5 shots on goal. Warren Foegele under 2.5 shots on goal. So if you prefer any of these picks, you can obviously swap those out instead. But anyways, we can go to Underdog next. Underdog, the board's pretty dry. So let's pull up Fliff again. I filtered it out for the time being, but maybe we see what's available on Fliff. We can also see what arbitrage bets are available. So, arbitrage is just all these books set their own odds. So arbitrage is just when 2 of these books have such different odds that you can bet the over on one book, the under on another book, and make a risk-free profit. So like here, if you use Resorts World and Fliff, or FanDuel, like it's not just Resorts World. If you filter this out, like you can see Najee Harris to score a touchdown is plus 190 on FanDuel, plus 200 actually on Resorts World, but only plus 110 on Fliff. And Fliff has odds on the under. A lot of these books, they don't have odds on the under for TD scores, but these books have such different odds that you can bet the over on FanDuel, Najee Harris to score a touchdown, the under on Fliff and guarantee a profit. So sometimes I check up on that, but I mean, it's a pretty low profit margin, only 0.6%, unless you use Resorts World. And there's usually some pretty good live arbs as well, but we can skip over that. But anyways, if you use Resorts World, this is a better arbitrage bet, but I think Resorts World is only legal in like New York. But I mean, still, like it takes 2 seconds to play this arbitrage bet. Go to Fliff, find Najee Harris under to not score a touchdown, bet 250. That's the max bet size allowed on Fliff. Go over to Resorts World, bet 128.38 or round your number to 130. I mean, whatever. And you're going to make a risk-free profit of $6.76. But anyways, let's see what's available on Fliff right now. So we can go here. And yesterday, I think our Fliff plays, I guess they're given away. a little bit of Fliff cash, so I'll collect that. I mean, a free $10, can't complain about that. But yesterday we did pretty good on our Fliff plays. If you were on the live stream, we had the under for Tolbert, under 1.5 receptions. Then we also had under 2.5 goals for the Ducks, so team total goals. There's been a lot of value in the team total goals on Fliff, so we can take a look at some of these. I mean, you can see here, it's like, okay, Red Wings under 2.5. That seems like a good play to go with. And then another play that seems halfway decent is the Stars under 3.5 team total. So again, like all this positive EV tool is doing, which is for sports betting, for sports books, is all it's doing is reading in all these odds from Fliff and pointing out value, right? Like it's not that complicated. It's not that, hopefully not that complicated, but all it's trying to do is show value in the market, reading in odds from all these sports books, and depending on what books you use, maybe Caesars, FanDuel, DraftKings, like it's just reading in all these lines, pointing out value. So over 157.5, really strong value on FanDuel. Maybe that's a play you want to go with because, finding value in the market is obviously important if you want to be a good sports bettor. But anyways, we can go here to team props. And then what we can do is we can lock in this Red Wings play. Again, Fliff has a max bet size of 250. These Fliff coins do absolutely nothing. But when you're playing with Fliff cash, the max bet size is 250. So usually I'm just hitting them for 250. But anyways, we can filter out FanDuel here for a second and see what else we have. So then we can lock in this play on the Stars team total under. You can see Pinnacle right here, which is known to be one of the sharper, smarter sports books. They have the line at plus 135. So plus 150 on Fliff seems pretty solid. So what we can do is we can go here and we can lock in this as well. So we can lock in the Stars team total under 3.5 at plus 150. And then we can go over to, we can take a look back at Underdog Fantasy. Then we can look at ParlayPlay. I mean, I just kind of bounce around from book to book. Like I've mentioned this before, but, all these books have pretty good promos, sign up bonuses like ParlayPlay. You put in $100, you get $100 for free. All these books have pretty good promos, sign up bonuses, stuff like that. And again, like you never know which book is going to have value on a given day. Right now, Underdog is pretty dry. At least that's what it seems like. It seems like there's some pretty good value on PrizePicks, which is why we just locked in a 6-pick flex play. And also there's some good value on ParlayPlay and Better. So we can take a look at Better. This is a new DFS app. They have a $500 sign-up bonus on Better. So you put in $500, they give you, $500 for free. So you can see here, it's like, okay. I mean, a lot of the value right now is on Pacheco. So it's actually just like 3 plays on Pacheco. I'm not sure. Like sometimes, so if we actually go to rushing yards, I mean, we can just take a look at Pacheco. So you can see like in general, most of these books have his line around like 68.5. Better is chilling at 60.5. So it looks like the market's moving a bit. I mean, actually some big discrepancies between these sports books. PointsBet, a lot of these books have his line at 60, 62, and then the rest of the books are around 68. So, definitely some discrepancies on Pacheco right now, but whatever. We'll skip that over for a sec. And what we can do is we can look at ParlayPlay quickly because it seems like there's some value. So ParlayPlay actually has the exact same payout structure as PrizePicks. On PrizePicks, like a 6-pick flex play, this is your payout. 25x if you go 6 for 6, 2x, 0.4x. ParlayPlay is exactly the same. So the only difference literally between these platforms is the only difference between these platforms is just where their lines, are set. So let's take a look at Mahomes. So like we look at Patrick Mahomes rushing attempts, which is a kind of random market. It's not where you'd expect the value to be. But again, like sometimes value is in these more niche markets. It's like, PrizePicks, Underdog, all the sports books have his line at 4.5, and ParlayPlay is just chilling at 3.5. So, I mean, we're just following the data in the market. Everything is baked into the market, into the lines these sports books are putting out. So this seems like a really good play to go with, a really strong edge. So this can be the first play. Then we have Pacheco over 14.5 rushing attempts, but whatever, I'll skip over that for a sec. because these players are on the same team. Like if Mahomes goes over, maybe Pacheco's a little less likely to go over. You just want to make sure, like, in our prize pick slip, obviously the correlation between Salter and Daniels is really clear. For, Pacheco and Mahomes, it's not as clear. So we can just skip it over. But anyways, what we can go to next on Parlay Play is Williamson, under 11.5 rebounds plus assists. So you can see all the other books in general have his line at 10.5. There's also value in his PRA line, but it seems like, his rebounds plus assist line is slightly higher edge than that. We have Cameron Dicker under 6.5 kicking points. So I already included that on PrizePicks. But again, like on PrizePicks, I have such low betting limits. It's like, whatever. I don't mind including the pick again. We have Everett under 4.5 receptions. So this play actually pairs relatively well with Dicker under 4.5, with Dicker under 6.5 kicking points, right? Like if Everett, if he doesn't get a lot of receptions, then the Chargers most likely aren't getting the ball into field goal range, and Dicker's more likely to go under. So maybe a little bit of positive correlation on these two picks. We have an NHL play, Charlie McAvoy. So you can see all the books have his over heavily favored. We have Khalil Mack over 4 tackles plus assists, but that's in the same game. So what we can do is we can go here to points, right? And again, like just like prize picks on Parlay Play, you take his over, his under, whatever, over, under, doesn't matter. You're getting the same payout regardless. So why do we want to take his over? Well, all the books have his over pretty heavily favored. So it's like, okay, that seems like a good play to go with. And then the final play we wanted to take is just Sabonis over 40.5 PRAs, and that will make a little 6-pick flex play. So we just want to go here. And then we have a 6-pick flex play, just kind of following the value. This is the same payout structure as prize picks. And you'll see they only have a max bet size of $60 on Parlay Play, which is, a little low, but whatever. We can go ahead and lock it in. So Patrick Mahomes, they already moved that play. Damn. So sometimes it's just like the frustrating part is how quickly these books can move lines. So they already moved the line on Pat Mahomes, which sucks because that's the play we wanted to go with. But what we can do is just be like, okay, what we can do is take Khalil Mack over 4 tackles plus assists. And this play also pairs pretty well with these other plays in the Chargers game. Weird. I'm not sure if they added a payout shift or something. Maybe they're not liking that I'm including 2 of those picks, because usually if we go here, no, that's not what we wanted to take. We wanted to take Zion under 11.5 rebounds plus assists. But usually what you'll see is for a 6-pick entry, this is your payout structure. I'm not sure why when I included that play on Khalil Mack, they reduced it. But what we can do is just refresh this and try to find something else to go with. So what we can go with is Xavier Worthy under 76.5 receiving yards. So this is for the play tomorrow. And I actually think we already have so let's go here. And then we want to lock in the under 76.5 receiving yards. And what's cool about Parlay Play is you can create your own little Taco Tuesday. You can bump a line in your favor only once per day. But if you like Worthy under 76.5, you can bump his line up to under 79 and get a couple more yards of value. But anyways, I won't do that because it reduces your bet size. You can only do $20 when you add that promo play. So I'll lock this in for the full 60. And here we go. We got to play it now on Parlay Play. And then we can go back to better. We can go back to prize picks and just so better, the board's dry. Nothing really in the market except for Mahomes rushing yards. Underdog, not much value in the market. Prize picks, kind of the same stuff we've already went through. So we can check through Fliff. We can also add in, FanDuel, whatever. Kind of see what's out there. But it's a lot of the same picks in general. So we'll call this live stream, I guess, a day. We locked in this play on Parlay Play. We locked in this play, 6-pick flex play on prize picks. And hopefully Tua goes over. And, our play from... So he's at 20. Good. This play is going to suck because Ingram's going to hook. How's this play looking? Man, Elliott has not gotten many touches, it looks like. But anyways, what we can do is we can go here and we can, go through the plays on Fliff again, just the stars, under 3.5 team total at plus 150, and then the Red Wings under 2.5 team total at plus 120. So those are the plays currently available. Any good arbitrage bets? Kind of the same thing in terms of the arbitrage plays, not a bunch of huge bangers. I mean, maybe there are live betting. There's oftentimes some pretty good bets, but you just got to move quickly. These lines move pretty quick live. So just knowing how to navigate the sports books and stuff like that is, very useful. But anyways, so any middles? Anyways, we'll call this live stream a day. Thanks so much for your time.